64.8 on the scales first thing this morning. So clearly some of my little tricks are having quite a big effect. And to be honest, I don't really want to go much lower, certainly than 64. If I hit 64, that's where it ends, and I'll be racing around about 65. Actually, there's a really lovely skyline here. Look at the colours. So amino acids about to enter the system. It's 6:30. I got to get a shift on. Obviously, it's a Monday. It's a work day, and cold coffee to come. This morning, I'm going to be pairing chest and back for a 15-minute EDT session, and then I'm going to have a quick over and under training session on the bike, where I'm looking to progress a little bit on the 270 watts for 30 minutes with peaks, or 360 watts for 30 seconds. And despite racing yesterday, my legs do feel pretty good today. EDT, density training. Basically, objective, burn body fat and build strength. I'm going to pair 65 kilograms on a pause bench press with chin-ups with 10 kilograms added. 15 minutes. Starting now. I've increased the weight a little bit from last time around on the bench press for a bit of progression. I'm going with the chin up where I'm a little bit stronger, hence I'm adding the 10 kilograms. But that does mean the rest between each of the little mini sets of 2 reps needs to be a bit longer for me, certainly on the bench. Objective to keep the rep speed relatively fast. Coming up for the final minute. This is going to be the 10th little mini set. So overall, reasonably happy with that. That's 2.5 kilograms extra on the bench, but for fewer mini sets. But the heavier weight will lead to greater adaptation. And certainly you can see I'm out of breath, and so that's going to contribute to the fat loss as well. Well, the great thing about density training is you shift quite a lot of heavy weight in only 15 minutes, and that leaves more time, obviously, for me to then have a quick bike session as well. That felt pretty good. As I said, fairly happy with the progression there. Let's see if I can manage some progression on the bike. And once again, of course, as you've seen, today the training is basically fasted. Just the amino acids, water and a bit of caffeine. 5 seconds from going over the start. Set off 275 watts for half an hour, interspersed with little 30-second bursts at 360 watts every 2 minutes for 30 seconds. I'm in Innisbrook. I'm going to take on the steeper of the 2 climbs. ERG mode is engaged, therefore I don't have to think too much about the power. It's all about trying to maintain a nice, smooth, even and rapid cadence, really 90 to 95. I'm going to focus on my breathing. With the Lanterne Rouge, his advice to open your mouth and suck in the air right deep into the diaphragm. Apparently that's how the pros do it, and they do seem to ride along with their mouths open. I can feel this is going to be a tough one this morning. Ten seconds for the first 30-second burst at 360.
back over in 270 with a lag, 3RG coming down. I'll report back in a bit. Coming up for the 8 at 360. I'm in a mess. Coming up at the 10. Now, sorry. Oh. Oh, that was horrid. Oh, God. Yeah, I felt like I was going to explode there. But the extra 5 watts, like 275 rather than 270, and 360 versus 355. It always makes a big difference. I've learned, certainly for me, in cycling, it's very much like in the gym. The difference between quite a few reps in the gym and failure is not much weight. Similarly, that's probably why my power band is so narrow. The difference between threshold and failure is still too narrow for me, hence the 40-20s.
With the weight loss ticking along nicely at around about 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, I've basically lost a kilogram over the last 10 days. There really is no need to change the routine in terms of what I'm eating. So it's going to be a rinse and repeat of last week. So here's the protein shake, some coconut milk, blueberries, and a scoop and a half of vanilla whey, providing amino acids to repair muscle damage from the gym and the bike, and vitamin C and some carbohydrates in the blueberries to replenish glycogen. Extremely quick and efficient way to have your post-workout nutrition. And so for the carb source, to continue the replenishment of glycogen, I'm sticking with the bagels, nice big fat bagel, but I'm going with some honey today. I'm going to continue to drop the peanut butter, saving 100 to 150 calories. But once I've got down to the weight that I'm happy with, which is in all honesty pretty close because I did start from a fairly low weight in the first place, the peanut butter and jam will be back on the deck. None of this is going to come as a revelation to anybody. Todd Phillip breaded coleslaw, low fat. And I've had some cashew nuts and dried fruit as a little snack when I got in from work. The process of losing body weight, or body fat, as I prefer to look at it, is one of consistency, and it is as boring as this. Sticking to the routine, and then you can make little variations so much easier. And for dessert, a pink lady. But also, and my predictability knows no bounds, chocolate covered rice cake. Bedtime.